Hey YouTubers, Voice of the Composer here. Welcome back to my video series. It's Saturday afternoon. How's everybody doing out there? This is going to be a very rough video, and I do apologize about that, but as you know, we keep things raw, we keep them real. It's all about the music. We're going to take a look at a piece of music I've been working on, my Symphony in B-flat major. We're going to break it apart, look at the transposing parts, put it back together, listen to what it sounds like. So if you enjoy the video, please click that like button, subscribe, hit me up on Instagram at #JasonComposes, or leave comments below. And I got to share this CD with you I got in the mail today. I talked about this person on a previous video, Gloria Lynn. This contains two of her albums, Basin Street East and Gloria Lynn Live at the Thunderbird. So a shout out to this website, www.oldies.com. That's www.oldies.com. Keep in mind, I'm not getting paid to tell you this, but this is a great website. You can find CDs like this. They have music by Schubert, Berlioz, Willie Nelson. If you're into the old Rockford Files from TV, you can pick up a DVD set of the episodes of the Rockford Files. So a really great website. Check it out, www.oldies.com. And once again, I'm not getting paid to tell you this, but a really cool site. So whenever I find a really cool site or something, I'm definitely going to share it with my audience. But this is a really cool CD, so definitely go check this out. Gloria Lynn, once again, that's Basin Street East and Live at the Thunderbird. You get two albums on one disc. But one thing about this disc, and they do mention it here on the liner notes, is that some of the master tapes were lost in the transferring process, so sometimes you have to adjust your volume, so just be aware of that when you're listening to this disc, but definitely something to have in your collection, Gloria Lynn, and that is Basin Street East and Live at the Thunderbird. So let's get to it. So this piece of music I'm working on, my Symphony in B-flat major, let me walk you through the orchestration. And here we have the first movement, Moderato. And I orchestrate for tenor recorder, B-flat clarinet, E-flat alto sax, bassoon, French horn, trombone, timpani, violin, viola, and cello. And I feel very comfortable doing this type of orchestration. And we have three transposing instruments on the score here, or in the score rather, B-flat clarinet, E-flat alto sax, and French horn. So what we need to do is transpose these instruments to fit the key of B-flat. So with B-flat clarinet, it goes up 2 steps to C. From B-flat to C is considered 2 steps. So that puts B-flat clarinet in C major. For the E-flat alto sax, it goes up 6 steps to the key of G major, which contains 1 sharp, and that's F sharp. And the French horn goes up 5 steps to F major, which contains 1 flat, B flat. Look at the score here at the bottom. Now let's listen to the opening. I didn't know how to start this piece, so I thought, well, I want to start with the French horn, but I want to do something kind of different, something kind of cool. So I figured, well, why don't we add the timpani and do the timpani in contrary motion? And if you're not familiar with contrary motion, just what it sounds like, you're moving in opposite directions when you're writing this out. So this is what it sounds like. So we're going to have the French horn start on the note F, and you see the transposition here. That's a note F, and then up to B flat. Quarter note with an accent over top of it, and then we have a half note with a dot, which gives 3 beats to that note. And in the bass, it's going to, or in the timpani rather, which we can consider the bass part, would be D to B flat. Okay, so let's put this all together and you hear what it sounds like. So in on contrary motion, the opening to my Symphony in B-flat major. Next, and this is in the third measure here, we have the following rhythm: 8th, compound 8th, triplet, and an 8th. That would give us 4 beats in that measure. And the following measure, we have a quarter note and a half note with a dot, which gives us 4 beats in that measure. And that part there is the bassoon. And at the bottom, the cello also follows that same rhythm. So I have the bassoon and the cello playing this rhythm, and this is what it sounds like. And this is the first page of the score. Let me readjust this here. Like I said, this is a rough video, folks, so please bear with me. Now my page is going to tilt. What do you know? So here we go. So here is this part here with the bassoon and the cello. I really like that rhythm. It really gives it a nice pulse. And then we're going to add D in the bass to create the chord of B flat DF, as the melody will be played on top of it in the next page, or page 2 or 3, as you will hear. So let's play that part again, starting from the beginning. The French horn, F to B, and in the bass or the timpani, D down to B flat. Okay, so now we're going to go to page 2. We'll start in this measure here. I'm going to show you where that theme is. Let me find it here. Where is that theme at? Okay, here we go. All right. And this is going to be in the string. So the violin and the violas carry this melody. And then we have the French horn going from this note here, from D down to B flat. Taking a look over on the score here, this is the bassoon. So now I've got B flat in the bass, or with the bassoon, and then we have, we have F with the bassoon and B flat with the cello, and then the French horn kind of fills that in by doing that slide. I think the trombone doesn't have a part here, but it's bassoon and then cello, and then the French horn. Pulling this in from going from D down to B flat. So this is what this sounds like. So let's put it all together from the beginning of these 2 pages. So that gives you the melody with the bass or the chord underneath. And I'll show you page 3. Helps us if I show you what part this is, right? So, see here you have the bassoon, and the bassoon is playing a pedal point. The French horn plays this melody. We have the violin and the violas again. And unfortunately, this is the best camera angle I could get on this to show you the score today. So thanks for bearing with me, folks. So now let's go to page 4, because it's going to change a little bit. Because now we're going to have the saxophone, E flat alto sax, is going to play B flat, and above that we have the tenor recorder and the B flat clarinet. It's going to be B flat clarinet in C major, tenor recorder B flat, which is the key the piece is written in, and the key of G major for E flat alto sax. Those are the transposing keys. We'll have that sustained note of B flat. So this is what this sounds like. So here's B flat in the alto sax. So this is page 4, and now let's go to page 5. And you can see that melody again, tenor recorder, B flat clarinet, and the E flat alto sax holding over that B flat note. Really adds a nice texture to this. And this is the melody for the saxophone. And I've written the names of the notes underneath of that 16th note there. With that line over it, that curved line is a slur, if you're not familiar with that. So we're slurring that phrase. Slurring the phrase in the previous measure. So here's the bassoon. Go down to the next measure. We'll see that we have the trombone playing E flat. And then the cello plays B flat. So let me start from that section again with the alto sax sustaining that B flat note with the melody on top of it. And now we're going to switch to this chord of B flat in the bass, E flat, G. And you can hear that dissonance, but it's such a cool dissonance, has a lot of flavor to this, and it's going to resolve in just a moment when I switch that chord to C, E flat, A, as you'll hear. So, and now here we go to C, E flat, A. Play that one more time. So catch that. And dissonance is okay in music too. And I found that a lot of times when you use that dissonance with distance with your chords, it just creates this really cool space in the music that just, I mean, it just adds a lot of flavor to it. So let's play that chord again. B flat, E, B flat, E flat, G in the bass. And you see that we have that A natural, or that A adds that dissonance. And then we switch over to C, E flat, A. And you get that nice full sound resolution. So now let's go ahead and play this from the top. So I wanted to break this apart for you. Now we're going to hear what it all sounds like together. And I'm going to do it by just putting up the first page. Maybe I'll add the second page to it. No, I'll just put the first page up. I can't keep these pages up today. I think it's the weather. Everything's starting to wilt on me, folks. So let's just go ahead and play this as it is, okay? So here we go. This is from the very top, and this is from page 1 to page 5 of the symphony I'm working on. The first movement, moderato, B flat major. And remember that the B flat clarinet, E flat alto sax, and French horn are transposing instruments. So B flat clarinet goes up 2 steps to C. E flat alto sax goes up to the key of G major. That's 6 steps up from B flat, and that contains 1 sharp, which is F sharp, and then French horn goes 5 steps up from B flat, which brings us into the key of F, and that contains 1 flat, which is B flat. So this is what it sounds like. Let me position my paper again here for you. All right, let's listen to it again from the top. Here we go, folks. It's kind of hard for me to finger that, but now you see how everything comes together. I really like the opening of this piece. I really do, and I've had a lot of fun writing this. I have to say, this is one of those pieces where it's easy, but it's easy in some spots, but harder in others. Sometimes when you're writing a piece, you can just whiz right through it. Other pieces, they take a lot more time because they contain more chords. You're trying to convey a little bit more, through whatever you're writing. This piece has just been a lot of fun to write. It really has, and I've really enjoyed it, and I'm just really excited about completing this, my first big challenge, you would say, of writing a symphony. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Let me play the melody one last time for you. I'm not going to make any comments here. I'll just let you listen to it, and I'm not the best pianist, I admit, but at least you get the general idea. So let's listen to this again from pages 1 through 5 of my symphony in B flat major. struggling to play this, so I'm kind of working in a cramped space. But I hope you enjoyed it. And if you do like the video, please click that like button, subscribe, hit me up on Instagram at #JasonComposes, or leave comments below. And just keep in mind that this is the process composers go through. If you're new to the series, when I started the series, I wanted it to be really conveying what composers do. This is the raw process of writing music. It's not this necessarily this polished note on the page, so to speak, or what you see in a publication or from a publisher. This is this is the first steps of writing music. And so I try to write this as neat as I can. I use pencil and ruler, and I do this by hand. And it does take a lot of time and patience, but I enjoy it. And it's a good challenge, keeps my mind sharp. So I really love bringing you guys these videos, and any suggestions for other videos, please let me know in the comment section below. So I hope you all have a great Saturday. I'm looking forward to getting my Bonnie Blue flag next week. I might do a video about that. Also, got some other videos in the works, and tonight is sci-fi on MeTV. So a shout out to MeTV for providing all that great programming while we're all in this COVID-19 scare or what have you. We're all in lockdown, so to speak. I really don't see a lot of people out on the roads, actually. I'm going out there, and it's almost like a ghost town. So we're still kind of in this, no man's land, so to speak, I guess. So without rambling on, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You enjoy the video again. Please click that like button, subscribe, hit me up on Instagram at #JasonComposes, or leave comments below. Voice of the composer saying peace out, and I'll catch you next time.